We're at the Warsaw Security Forum where top officials from Europe and beyond meet to speak about the security in this part of Europe. And joined here with me today is Mr. Jacek Siewiera, the head of the Polish National Security Bureau. Hello and welcome.
Welcome.
So there's lots of changes in the security architecture here in this part of Europe. We know there's a change on the seat of the Secretary General of NATO. How is that influencing security here in Poland?
So it's absolutely fundamental who is in charge as the Secretary General in the structures of the alliance. And Mr. Mark Rutte, former Prime Minister, now Secretary General, who is taking the position of the Secretary General just today, is stepping in the historical moment when this most effective, most successful alliance in the global history is opening new chapter. And the huge challenges which Mark Rutte will face in upcoming months and decade as a head of the alliance will be related with improving the security architecture in the eastern flank, in the Central Europe. One is the affiliation of forces to countries which are located on the eastern flank, but also prolongation of the NATO pipeline system. The critical infrastructure which was constructed during the Cold War period now is reaching the Western countries and the capitals and big cities in the Western countries should be prolonged to make sure that the operation, conventional operation, defense operation, can be conducted smoothly and effectively on the territory of eastern flank.
How would you assess the current biggest challenges in this part of Europe and the threats Poland and other countries are facing?
Of course, as it was agreed and appropriately diagnosed in the Vilnius summit, the biggest threat which we face is coming from the Russian imperialism and the aggression of Russia against Ukraine. Russia is trying to revise the international order and the global security architecture. What we face right now, so the change in the nuclear doctrine of Russian Federation is one of the manifestations. These are threats which cannot be agreed at, and here 2 points which has to be explained very openly. One, changing of the doctrine, nuclear deterrence doctrine during the war, which was provoked and started by Russia, by the country who is describing itself as an imperium, is unacceptable. Any deterrence, especially nuclear deterrence, should be considered, changed and adopted during the peacetime to secure the peace, not during the war to just put the pressure on the West to win the war. The second thing is that it's unacceptable to treat nuclear deterrence doctrine as a tool by the country who is the member of the Security Council of United Nations. Those two factors are critical when we describe the threat which we face from the eastern of Europe.
There's another change upcoming in the White House, actually. There will be a change, of course, when it comes to the U.S. president. Is there a threat there, whether it will be Kamala Harris or Donald Trump who wins the election?
First, we have to agree and state openly that for Poland, the biggest country in the Central Europe on the eastern flank, keeping the contacts with both administrations, whoever wins the elections, is absolutely critical because United States and transatlantic bond is the guarantee, the main strategic guarantee of security in this part of the world. The second thing is that what we have to diagnose as a potential risk is to make sure that the elections, whoever wins the elections, and new administration, when we'll be getting in the office, we know for sure now that this will be new administration. It won't be the same administration as it was, no matter who wins. And the question is how to guarantee that this transition from one administration to another would be smooth and with focus calibrated on the main threat, which is Russia right now and Russian imperialism itself.
Thank you very much for joining me. This was Jacek Siewiera, head of the Polish National Security Bureau, and we were speaking at the Warsaw Security Forum.